Welcome to SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy. Yes, the surf was good today. I shouldn't say the surf was good today, just I was good today. The surf was a little choppy, small. A couple of big sets came through, pretty hefty, but I'd say for the most part, pretty small, maybe waist high. And Huntington Pier, north side. Again, the south side, the U.S. Open of Surfing is going on, so there's a lot more people on the north side, but it wasn't too bad. The surf wasn't that good, so it makes it less crowded. When the surf gets really good, then everybody comes out of the woodwork and what have you to surf, so it's pretty crowded. But today, a little choppy, smaller. Tide was up, going down, so it wasn't ideal conditions, but because there was less people, it was easier to catch waves of your dream. You know, everyone came your way, you could go after it, at least for the first hour. As the second hour started, it became a little more crowded, and people were in your way a little bit. So that's just the price you pay for surfing at the pier at Huntington. So it's going to be crowded, but there's more waves, they're better shaped, so you know you have to take the good with the bad. So today was good, got a really good left. They aren't very long. You do you drop in, then you make a nice bottom turn, and then you come off the bottom and do a turn off the top, and then the wave kind of dies into the dead zone there. There was one section a little further north, about 50 yards, that was breaking more towards the shore, so you can get a little longer ride over there. But that section got crowded pretty quick. I stayed by the pier, ran into a couple of friends, so we were right by the pier for half hour together, and really didn't get in anybody's way, just us three. And then it got a little more crowded as the day wore on, but was able to go after a few waves that I really wanted. Only missed one. There's somebody dropped in on me, cut me off badly. I had to eat it just to avoid hitting him. No, I'm sorry, nothing, no word out of his mouth at all, just paddled away after he wiped me out. So that was rude, but you know, what are you going to do? There's going to be people in the water, so don't get mad about it, just move on. So what happened is the wave came to me and I was right on the peak, and I turned and started paddling for it, and as I stood up, he came across from my left to try to get me to stop paddling, but it was too late. I was already into the wave. And as he came to my left, I had to pull the board to the right a little bit, which didn't leave me time to stand up. And so I just stayed down, and he pulled out after he cut me off, and then I was able to pull the board back to the left, but by then it was already white, and I just rode it for a second and then paddled back out. There was nothing I can do on it. But then right after that, I caught another one, almost identical. It was a left, and he was on my left again, and he was looking at the wave, but this time he didn't go for it, thankfully. Same guy. I see him out there a lot, long hair, long beard. I don't think he has a job, but I don't know. He's out there a lot. And so I took off on it and dropped in, made a left on it, off the top, made two turns, so a little bit longer than normal. So that one was pretty good. I did one right, went off the bottom on my backside, and I was on my bigger board, the 7-footer instead of the 6-footer, because the waves were mushy. And so they weren't very big, so I wasn't worrying about duck diving as much as I would if the waves were bigger. So I took the 7-footer, which makes it easier to catch the waves. I mean, that's a lot more foam than the 6. It's a little longer, so I was able to get more waves than I would have if I was on the 6-footer, especially today when it's so mushy and just kind of rolling a little bit, not just coming over. So caught good waves, which made it a little easier as well because I can catch them a little earlier than the people with the shorter board, so I can get into it before they do. And so it becomes my wave. Like I said, for the most part, there's a few guys that don't like to be nice. I don't know what the word is, just rude. And so it was pretty good day. I mean, the surf wasn't excellent, but I did very well. Got to hang out with a few friends, a few surfing buddies, and then on the other side, you can hear the loudspeaker going off, and every 30 minutes you hear the horn for a new heat So they're into their third or fourth rounds now, and this is elimination rounds now. So if you don't win, you're out. And so the field is going to start dwindling down today. So it'll be just a few. And there's some good guys that have gotten knocked out already, but there's a few good surfers that are still here. Felipe Toledo is here. Gabriel Medina is here. These are top 10 people, which are surprising. And there's a few others. There's Dusty Payne and Zeitz. A lot of really good surfers are here. So I'm pretty surprised to see them. So good for us. We have some top-notch surfers on the men's side. Of course, the women's, it's a regular event, so they're all here. And seems like they get there at the same time I do, twice now. I got there and walked down the stairs with Sally Fitzgibbons, and then today was another pro whose name escapes me at the moment. So twice now I've seen a couple of pros. Two went out with me on the north side to warm up. They quickly drifted away, so I really didn't see them surf at all. Those were the girls. I didn't see any guy pros out today. They were on the south side probably warming up. And then the contest started at 7:30. So 7:30, that's when it became more crowded because people were leaving the south side, moving over to the north, and various other reasons. So people show up around that time. Plus the tide was getting out. So coming a little bit later is actually better because the tide will be lower. And it's not really all that low. So it's really a good tide right now. And that's going to fade as the weekend goes on. The pros are going to have a hard time in the morning with the high tides. It's not going to be able to be a very long ride. They'll have to wait for the larger sets to do anything. So that'll be a little bit challenging for them. But, everybody's riding the same, so you can't complain. Each heat's going to be pretty much the same. The later heats will be better in the afternoon when the tide is out. But, again, not that much of a difference. It isn't that big of a swing on the tide. It's not super low or super high. It's kind of mediums. So that'll be fun. There'll be a lot of people down there, starting to get more and more crowded. I know that for two reasons. I'm down there in the morning, and also I live close enough to the beach that all the parking fills up around here pretty quick. I mean, it's only, by 9 o'clock there's nowhere to park. By 11 or 12, you got to park way out to walk in. So if you're going to come, of course, come early. If you're not coming, doesn't matter. Watch it on WSL, World Surf League. They have live coverage constantly, and you can wind the clock back at the bottom bar, see people you missed, or you can look ahead and see who's coming up that you want to watch. If you don't want to drive down here, I do. That's what I've been doing the last 2 days. Avoid standing around in the sun. Now that the elimination's starting, I'm going to have to go down and see some of the better surfers before they get eliminated. So it's going to be a good weekend. Thanks for listening. Maybe we'll see you at the U.S. Open of Surfing. Good day in the ocean for me. Surf should get small. Surf's actually going to get smaller, and I have people come into town, so it's going to be more beginner type surf for the next couple of days. So we'll see you then. Thanks for listening. Check out our sponsors: Merch Hero, Task Bullet, NappyClothing.com, and Swing Easy Hammocks. Thanks. Bye.